You don't need vitamin D, you need sunshine. You don't need folate, you need spinach. You don't need calcium, you need almonds. You don't need acne cover-up, you need probiotics. You don't need coffee, you need sleep. You don't need third parties taking care of your health. You need to take care of that responsibility yourself. You don't need to think in terms of me. You need to think in terms of we. You don't need toxic medications. You need organic whole food. You don't need science. You need nature. You don't need to get confused. You need to get clear. You don't need to ask another person for the answers. You already know them. You don't need to invest in charities that promote drug solutions. You need to keep your precious time and money for your own family and find natural solutions. You don't need to be told how to be healthy. Your body already knows how. You don't need any more excuses. You need to take action. You don't need to work out. You most likely need to work in. You don't need to get closer to the problems. You need to back away to see the big picture. You don't need your organs removed. You need to give your organs a break from toxic living and they'll fix themselves. You don't need more information. You need less. You don't need another medical test. You need to get to know your body and trust what you find. You don't need to run out of the house when you're sick. You need to run into the kitchen because that's where your sickness started. You don't need to go to war with cancer. You need to hear what message the cancer is delivering. You don't need a magic pill. You need to eat vegetables. You don't need painkillers. You need to feel what you're doing to yourself. You don't need a manicured lawn. You need a well-tended garden. You don't need more fantasy. You need more reality. You don't need to cut and poison your body. You need to love and care for it. You don't need more government. You need to learn how to govern yourself. You don't need to fit in. You need to get out. You don't need a bigger TV. You need to get rid of the one you have. You don't need to complain about your current job. You need to work toward building the life you want. You don't need to give money away to charity and hope they fix the problem. You need to keep your money and fix the problem yourself. You don't need to think about disease being a mystery. You need to see that the solutions are obvious and right in front of you. You don't need to brag about your new disease. You need to hear the body's message inside the dysfunction. You don't need wine, cigarettes, or narcotics. You need to explore your childhood to discover why you treat yourself that way in the first place. You don't need to keep talking about how sick you are to your friends. You need to investigate how certain forces tricked you into being so proud of your disease. You don't need to hold on. You need to let go. You don't need to fight. You need to concede. You don't need to resist. You need to disarm. You don't need to look at yourself as faulty. You need to understand and know that you're already perfect and always have been. You don't need to go to church. You are the church. You don't need man-made rules. The true natural rules and laws are already inside you. You don't need to save more for your retirement. You need to start worrying if your body's going to be alive when you get there. You don't need to get your opinions told to you by government or medical officials. You need to hold firm in what you already know is true. You don't need more child-based behavior. You need to embrace the adult you were destined to be. You don't need to drive, you need to walk. You don't need more laws. You need to realize that no piece of paper can grant you the freedoms you were born with. You don't need to keep running. You need to sit with yourself alone and quiet. You don't need to hear others. You need to seek peace and listen to your inner self. You don't need to buy food. You need to grow it. You don't need breast implants. You need to find out who taught you that what you have isn't enough. You don't need a second opinion. You need to trust your own opinion and gut instincts. You don't need anyone else telling you that your body is faulty. You need to understand that those people are trying to keep you from finding out how perfect you really are. You don't need fear, you need love. You don't need more body attack, you need more body respect. You don't need science, you never did. You need nature. It's all you ever needed. It's free and you have access to it every day. You already know this is true. Now it's time to live that truth inside this new age of awakening. This is what you need.